All right, what's going on, Legion fans? Welcome to our next episode in the Bad Pod, where we talk about Bad Batch on Disney Plus. We had our next episode.
That's right.
Man.
Oh, my gosh.
What was it called?
Did you really put me on the spot like that?
I did, because I always forget.
What is it called?
What was it
was
called, man?
Battle Scars.
Oh, good job.
Oh,
there it is.
Yes.
Battle Scars.
Battle Scars.
I would never have
Which is a
gotten
really
that.
good name for it.
It was
like a bit
great.
of a twist of a name.
Wow.
I am so thankful
You were
for
right,
this
man.
episode. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Well, there are other things you're thankful for.
We
were right.
were on point, I want to say, with a number of our predictions around
for sure.
this.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that because it basically is the whole episode, which I'm very thankful for. But the thing that I'm most thankful for is this episode finally broke from the mold that we had been seeing from the last few episodes. It had started to get stale. Right as it started to get stale, we finally dug in to the chips in their heads and what had been building to this point.
They're listening. I mean,
I know.
Literally, the first time you complained about it.
The first moment
and
I
then
complained,
it was like,
all right,
we
time to drop it. Move it along.
Change it.
Dave Filoni, how you doing, my man?
All right, where's our Jar Jar?
All right,
theory. He's
Jar Jar, my
That's
man.
That's gonna take a little bit longer.
That's got to build.
Working on it.
That's got to build.
Yeah, you gotta let that.
That's got to come across.
It's a slow simmer.
Well, you got to understand. That's got to come across not just Bad Batch.
Right.
I mean, you're talking Mandalorian. You're talking both animated and live action.
Yeah.
Jar Jar's got to build.
Give
him time. Give him time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But in all seriousness, it was great that a number of the things that we had been talking about have finally come to a culmination.
All right.
And the fact that we are now building back up to seeing, I'm assuming at the end here, crosshairs. So I am really looking forward to a number of different things here. First things first. Rex.
We got Rex.
We got Rex back.
Doesn't have the beard yet from Rebels, but
no.
he's not quite as weathered yet.
Yeah,
which makes sense. This was very soon after Clone Wars, and
exactly.
Rebels
is
quite
right
a bit
after
time
66.
after.
You know,
man. So, but he was wearing the robes.
He's
wore
not
those
just
robes
wearing
and
the
everything,
robes.
and
he is carrying a lot of darkness from
what
his brothers did.
Well, and
he is upset about it. And
and he tried to kill Ahsoka. So he tried to kill Ahsoka and was stopped from that.
So
he's probably still wrestling with that, and the fact that once his inhibitor chip was removed, he had to kind of reconcile what he tried to do.
Similar to later on in this episode where Wrecker had to try and reconcile what he did.
Yeah, with poor Omega. I love their relationship, man.
It's building so well.
You were saying it, I think it was the second or third episode where you were like, he's the best father figure. He's so great.
It was the second episode. It was when they went to the family.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. When they went with Cut.
Hunter is having to have to figure out how to be a dad, and Wrecker already is like, honestly, he's not a dad.
He just relates well to the kid.
No. Wrecker is the best big brother. He's the big brother.
You're right.
He's the big overprotective.
Yeah.
He is the one who's going to care for them. Like he's a big brother.
He's
not a father, but he's a big brother.
They have traditions already. When they finish a mission, they go and get snacks together.
Yeah,
like
and
that's
they're
so
being
cute.
charged for it.
Yeah, but he just puts it on Sid's tab. Like that's so great.
Sid is the one who then turns it around, and they're like, "What are we being charged for?"
Yeah,
and Sid drops that in there.
She's like, "This kind of food," and they're like, "What?" And then it goes to them, and they're like, "We'll have 2 more orders of this." It's like, "Oh no!" And he just doesn't. He thinks it goes away because he's so, and it goes, but that goes back actually to
he doesn't understand.
They don't get not being funded,
right?
Like
they don't get not being
all
funded.
their years, they were always funded by the Republic. They never did pay for anything. They would probably say something similar, put it on the Republic's tab or put it on whatever, and everybody would pay for
You're
what
exactly
they were doing.
Right. Yeah,
so he doesn't even get it.
To Sid's point, it is a good point. She's not running a charity. She's running an operation here, and they are a part of that operation, or they're not a part of that operation.
Right, exactly.
It's like they are employees, and so they got to earn their keep.
I would not be mad if she fired them and they just went and did something else.
Sure. But my point is, right now, this is the storyline that we're following.
Sure.
And so, getting back to Rex, Rex was ready to kill him.
Oh yeah,
Rex was
100%.
ready. When he found out they still had their inhibitor chips in, he was going for his gun.
Oh yeah, he was ready. He was ready to defend himself, ready to defend Omega.
He was ready to go on. But this other thing goes to my point. What we also called Omega doesn't have an inhibitor chip.
Right. She said, "I don't have one."
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
Yeah. Exactly.
She's all natural, right?
Yep. She's all natural.
Well, we still haven't completely been proven yet if she's like naturally aging yet or not.
Exactly.
So we don't know
That's
that
the question.
yet. We still don't know.
We have the theory that
she accelerated or not. Yeah.
We think she's like Boba, where she's untouched.
Right. Exactly.
Except for maybe being altered to like be the best of all things, which is what we still really think. Which
still think she is,
and she's showing that a little bit here too.
Yeah,
you know, her ability, she's showing off abilities in very subtle ways.
Yeah.
When she met Rex, she immediately tagged that he was a Generation 1 clone.
Yeah.
And when he asked her, how did you know that?
Yeah.
She said it was because of the lines in his face.
Right.
And so she's picking up on tiny details. That was...
She could judge the age of a person, the age of the clone, just by looking at them.
Yeah,
like she could see and say, all right, based on how much wear and tear is on his face, he must have been a Generation 1
model.
model.
Was that? Who's that like?
That's like Hunter. Right?
I would say that's like Tech.
Or like Tech.
Because it's data. She's taking data in and making it, and she's making a calculation based on that data.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I honestly believe she's showing different things off in subtle ways that are going to come together, and you're going to rewatch this once it's revealed. You're going to rewatch this, and you're going to be like,
"See all the ways."
There it was,
but she's still coming into it. Like we see, like
it's not like, fully developed.
When she's using the Night Sister's bow, she doesn't have the physical strength to do what she should be able to do because we've seen her aim really well with a blaster.
Right,
because blaster doesn't really take a huge amount of strength. But something with the Night Sister's bow, she still needs that physical strength to be able to.
She
compensate
still is
her
a
accuracy.
Child using a Night Sister.
Right, she's still a kid. Yeah, she's still a little kid, and like
that's pretty amazing.
We saw her use some stealth in this episode when she was trying to evade Wrecker when he was going crazy, and she like tricked him in which hiding place she was in the dark and everything. And she's still not 100% because she's scared. She's a kid and she doesn't have the experience, but she's got the building blocks for it. Or it seems like it anyway.
Yeah. So. This whole episode was about them getting the inhibitor chips out.
Yes.
And so we fast forward, there's not...
Can I just say, I loved the ship graveyard they went to.
Oh, yeah.
With all the old Republic ships and everything. And, like, that they found the Republic cruiser that would have the medical bay on it necessary.
Well, and the immensity of it. So it was a Jedi Republic cruiser. It was specific.
It's huge, man.
When you look at some of these ships in space, you don't really get the power of their immensity. You don't really see that. But when you're, I think, the movie that
I know. I was actually
the
say
movie
too.
that did this well was actually The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say The Rise of Skywalker when they find the broken pieces of the Death Star on the planet.
That could be true.
But the same thing.
Either
you're talking about
when
Rey is scavenging
when Rey
at the beginning.
Scavenging.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you get the immensity of these ships
they're huge.
more clearly, where we hadn't actually ever seen that in any other movie before.
Yeah,
so this is another. Just another showing of that. Yeah,
it was great. And Rex has old clone trooper armor on. He's still got the helmet with the tally marks on the side and everything. Man, it looked so great to see him back in that uniform and just just being Rex. Man, it was so cool. I think Senator Organa would have been an okay choice, but I think Rex is a cooler choice.
I would
much rather see Rex.
Needed to do Rex. Yeah. I think they needed to do Rex, and I'm glad.
I would much rather see Rex.
Yeah, exactly. So
cool.
We knew that it was Rex. That was the first thing that we had called.
Yep.
Second, Omega doesn't have her inhibitor chip. We got that figured out.
Right.
Third, we get actually up to the medical bay. And, okay, so there was an octopus along the way, whatever.
Dude, it looked like a sarlacc, but in the water.
You think it was a sarlacc?
Well,
that wasn't a sarlacc.
When it came out, like, when all the tentacles came out.
A Snorlax?
Not that, no, well.
A Snorlax?
Yes, the Pokemon from Star Wars.
Well, it didn't look anything like a Snorlax.
The one that Luke captured. And he's got to catch them all.
Yeah,
right? He can capture them.
That's what's happening here.
No, when the
it's a Sarlacc. Yeah,
when the tentacles came out.
You're right. It kind of
the mouth
like
opened up and it had like that ring of teeth around it. It just looked similar
a water
to it.
Sarlacc?
Yeah, like a water version. We had like a sand version, water version. It just seemed very similar.
Okay.
It also reminded me of the trash compactor scene in A New Hope.
Yeah.
When
no, and I'm not saying
creature in the
there isn't anything wrong with it. I thought it was
neither. I
cool,
thought it was great.
But
yeah.
It just had no like impact on the overall.
No, but you know what? Star Wars has that a lot, where there's just these big creatures just to remind us that we're not in a normal
alone.
Planet. Yeah.
There's more out there than just the Empire.
Yeah,
there's more to worry about.
Than just stormtroopers or clone troopers or whatever. There's actual aliens and vicious creatures and
of course
super cool, like moon dragons.
And those
energy lizards that cause so much trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they get to the medical
cool.
bay.
Yeah.
And this was the other thing that we had discussed
Right.
was Wrecker goes off, and they all have to rally to be able to subdue him.
Yeah.
But it was different. It wasn't they all pile on and they subdue him.
No.
It was literally Omega being able to come through again in the clutch.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Omega is not getting her due on this team. Like, this team gets wasted pretty quickly in a number of these missions.
Yeah.
Including Wrecker just doing his name and wrecking them.
Wow.
And then
He
Omega being able to, like, hold him off just long enough for Rex to be able to stun him.
Yeah, he was, well, and he's smart. And it's always, you get that same conundrum that you fall into whenever a good guy turns bad or whatever.
Right.
Because the good guy turns bad is trying to kill everyone, whereas the other people don't really want to hurt him.
Right.
And so they have to figure out a way to stop him without hurting him.
Yeah, it's always
or
that.
They're trying to.
Could they have actually done it if they were really trying to
hurt
him?
If they were just gonna kill him, it would have been way easier to stop him, kind of a thing.
Sure.
But I do love the fact that Wrecker was smart enough to kind of separate them and try and he never took them all on at once. He was still intelligent.
It goes back to there's this idea or this belief that Wrecker is actually just like a big Hulk. I mean, he's got tactical intelligence.
Mind.
He's still a soldier.
Right.
Like he knows how to operate and be able, and probably just like Crosshair, he's the person best suited to take down this team is somebody within the team.
Oh,
which
for
is
sure.
why Crosshair
That's why Crosshair's such a threat.
Is such a threat.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably the biggest threat. Transparently, the one who we could have been picked out the most is Crosshair. And here's my rationale.
Yeah.
Who has spent the most time watching all of the others do
that's
their
right.
job?
He's been up there in the crow's nest watching.
He's always been the person who is up, keeping a lookout for all of them. So he's always watched their tactics in play.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas, who has watched Crosshair's tactics in play?
Right.
None
of them. Yeah.
No one.
The only thing they know is Hunter knows where he sent him.
Right.
That's like it.
Right.
They don't really know what he does.
And then from there, that's it. He's Overwatch.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
And from there, so that's why I think Crosshair is the biggest threat that they could have chosen out of anyone on this team.
Yeah.
Even including Hunter, because Crosshair is the one who's going to know them best other than themselves.
Right. And so then Crosshair paired with, the new enlisted stormtroopers, it's going to make him really, really dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. Yeah,
I'm sure they're kind of holding him off as being the end bad guy, but hopefully the next episode, is Dave Filoni listening? Hopefully the next episode,
you there?
The next episode, all right, I think he's listening now. The next episode, we get to see where Crosshair is in his investigation.
Oh, yeah, Crosshair's coming back 100%, and it's because of the smugglers who identified them at the end.
Right, exactly.
That is 100% my belief. Now we get the episode where Crosshair's put back on their trail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if next episode is an entire Crosshair episode. So we pick up with everything that's been going on with Crosshair. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Maybe, I wonder if Crosshair will come into contact with Fennec. Like maybe Crosshair will come into contact with Fennec, and that kind of pushes Fennec to side with the Bad Batch.
But that's also where we have this belief that Fennec is somehow connected or talking to the Empire, and we're not sure yet.
I'm not
sold on that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying she's hunting the Bad Batch because she's going for Omega, and he's hunting and they come into contact during the hunt,
right?
And she realizes that
she's still a question mark.
Right. She realizes that
we don't know
he's the bad side and they're the good side kind of thing.
We don't know who has put her up yet.
No, with no clue.
We're still trying to figure that out. I mean, over here, still hoping for, a one-armed Mace Windu.
Oh,
robotic-armed Mace Windu. I'm still hoping for that. Everyone hopes for that. There's nobody. I don't think there's anybody in the Star Wars universe who would sit there and be like, no, I don't want to see Mace Windu come back. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody, one way or another, would like to see him.
If they do, shame on them, because he's incredible.
Exactly.
We need some more Sam Jackson.
Yeah, and, where better to be able to insert him, because you don't see him in 4, 5, and 6 or any of the later. You could insert him here, and he dies before a New Hope. What I'm saying is,
maybe he dies
we get
in
an actual
the Battle of
fitting
Camino.
end here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's work there that could be done around his story that I think would be even better.
If I'm honest, I would rather him not show up here and show up in The Mandalorian. So that we can actually
get more from it.
Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
And not just his voice or somebody else. Because Sam Jackson didn't play Mace Windu in the Clone Wars TV show, so they could just get him, that voice actor, come back.
I don't blame you. That's a good point.
I would rather see him in The Mandalorian.
So, okay, but still,
or in the Cassian Andor series.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Maybe there.
That'd be real dark. That's got to be a darker series,
of the Rebellion,
So, but anyway, Fennec is still a question mark
so
here.
she might come back
the
in.
Inhibitor
Crosshair
chips
will for sure come back
no
in.
longer a question. They're all removed.
Yep.
So the Bad Batch is free of that.
I didn't see Hunter's bandage. I'm assuming they removed it.
He's got hair.
But didn't they shave part of Tech's hair to get to his? I just didn't see. Maybe he put his bandana over it.
He could have.
I feel like they were very specific about showing everyone's bandage, but they didn't show Hunter's bandage unless it was under the bandana.
That's really interesting, but I
just don't know.
think Rex would have ever walked away.
No, he wouldn't have
him.
let him not get it done.
Right, exactly.
They couldn't mess up the Rambo hair, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, listen.
When you look that good,
they're not going to do that. Yeah,
when you've tattooed a whole skull on your face,
exactly.
I mean, come on, you got to keep that look.
Keep the look, man. Keep the look.
Oh
that is
man,
a look. That is a great look.
It is a good. Well, it's a look.
Yeah, but so in all seriousness, now we are set with Crosshair coming back into the fold.
Yep.
Them being identified by the Scrapping Guild. And we're set up for the next few episodes here being the build towards whatever's next.
I bet you Crosshair is going to go and interrogate Sid, and Sid he's going to find out she's connected, and Sid's going to show the honor among thieves and not give them away.
Interesting.
I bet. I don't think so. Give her a little more character.
I don't know how they'd make the connection to Sid here. This wasn't a mission sent by Sid, though.
Yeah, but. I don't know.
It wasn't set up by Sid.
Yeah, but if they know the ship and they can track the ship and where the ship has been and where I don't know.
Actually, I got a better move for you. Yeah. Listen, they owe Sid a big score, right?
They do.
I bet Crosshair sets up a false big score, puts it out there. Sid, not knowing anything otherwise,
Crosshair. So Crosshair hires Sid.
Yep, and Crosshair actually sets up this huge score, quote unquote, and it's a trap. I bet that's what ends up happening.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's a good possibility.
So Crosshair sets a trap that Sid sends them into.
Yes. Crosshair sets up a job that Sid can't ignore. Sid needs to send her best, and the Bad Batch are her best.
And they owe her, so she sends them
and they do it
to strike clear the sheet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's what I'm
super excited for the next episode.
I bet that's what
picking
comes
up.
Here.
Man, we got such a great week coming up. We got Loki on Wednesday, and we've got new Bad Batch on Friday.
Yep.
Man, this is going to be a good week.
Good summer.
Oh, yeah. It's looking up to be fantastic.
Thanks for listening to the Legion of Comic Correction. Don't forget to check out our other episodes streaming everywhere you listen to podcasts. We're also on the major social platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search Legion of Comic Correction.
That's right. And make sure to check out our Patreon for exclusive supporter specials at patreon.com/legionofcc. New episodes come out every Monday.
And Wednesdays.
No, just Mondays.
And Wednesdays?
I don't think we can do Wednesdays.
We can do Wednesdays.
All right, Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same Legion.